because I totally feel like a fish out of water here, guys. Hey guys, Duff here. I shot some crude video about this the other day on my GoPro 3 when I first took this out in the driveway. So I do have that footage, and you can see just how unimpressive it is. I have now moved to the school parking lot where I've learned electric unicycles and some other stuff, and one wheels and that kind of stuff. And I'm going to be seeing if I can get the hang of riding this Leiftech board. Those of you that aren't familiar, the Leiftech is the powered evolution of the freeboard, and the core of this layout is these center mounted wheels in the middle. With the freeboard, they're not powered. With the Leiftech, and now, which is now called Summerboard, they are powered. And this is what drives you, and the outer wheels are just used for turning and stopping. It does have a conventional controller. Like I said, this is an old Leiftech board. I don't know if it's a version 1 or version 2. Someone at the gym, we were talking about, you know, how I'm into PEVs and stuff, and she mentioned how she had one of these that they tried to ride and they haven't had much success with, and she asked if I wanted to try it, and I'm like, cool, that's great, because it'll give me an idea to try before I buy, you know, because for years I've thrown around the idea of maybe getting one of these, but what always stopped me was they were and are very expensive. I think the list price is like $15.99, which just is that's a big pill to swallow, especially not knowing if you can ride it and if you enjoy riding it. So this will give me a chance to do that without spending any money. So I jumped at the opportunity. My initial training on this did not go well, as you might imagine. I felt very out of sorts, lacked any sort of substantial control, and yeah, it was kind of bad. There's so many changes with the newer boards versus these. Like I said, this is called a Leiftech. The Summerboard, the evolution of this, has a much bigger and better battery, which is top mounted instead of bottom mounted. This particular board here is missing the cover that's supposed to go over this battery. So we're just gonna kind of hook it up and hope that the straps keep it in place. Not like I'm doing anything that would knock the straps loose, so I think we'll be fine. But yeah, this looks pretty basic compared to what I've come to expect from modern PEVs. Ah, shit. And I don't know if you can see on the camera, but this is only a 96 watt-hour battery. Yes, only 96 watt-hours. It's tiny. So tiny that you technically could take it on a plane, I guess. Has 2 different power connectors, one for the front, each motor. So we're going to strap it in tight here. We're going to turn it over to the other side, and we're going to power it on. Well, I don't know. I already got lights. Does that mean that we're powered on? This controller as well is very primitive. I know just enough to get the thing rolling. It's kind of dangerous. Okay, it looks like it is powered on. I have a blue light here and a blue light there. That normally means that you can go. And it's kind of different compared to regular skateboard remotes. You have a trigger and you have a dial. The trigger is like the safety, basically. You have to squeeze the trigger in order for the dial to do anything. See? So that's kind of weird. The controller for the production summer boards is dramatically different as well. Okay, so obviously I'm not going to be doing any carrying of a selfie stick while I'm trying to just not fall off on this thing. I have watched a number of videos. I don't know how much they'll help me, but we're going to give it a go, and you can enjoy the fun with me. One of the very basic things that I struggle with on this is you're supposed to give it a kick start. And the reason you give it a kick start is so both of the drive wheels underneath are pointing in the correct direction to move. So in theory, you're supposed to kick start it. And then, whoa, and then hop on. I find that very difficult for some reason. Probably because of the weird left brain, right brain thing that I have going on. But yeah, so even that part is a challenge. You know, like right now, I don't have them lined up. So what they say you're supposed to do when you're learning is just to S back and forth. Lean on one edge and then the other. And I can kind of do that, but not well. It's a little rough here, a little rough. We're gonna try this next lane over. If you're familiar with the Leiftech, you'll know that, you know, the riders that actually know what they're doing, you put these footholds on here. They're like they almost look like C's. You put them in the front and the back, and you can wedge your feet under there. That allows you more control when doing stuff like slides and spins and even jumps. For beginners, they don't recommend that because what you're trying to avoid at all costs is catching an edge. What catching an edge means is, say somehow the board gets into this orientation, you always need your lead wheels to be up in the air. And if for some reason they don't, and you cut down like this, you're going to catch an edge, and you are immediately going to come off the board. So right now, I'm trying to avoid that. Okay, let's get my wheels going straight. And I lost my connection. How'd that happen? Okay, I have a connection again. So now we're ready to go. At this point, I am very, very quick to bail. As soon as I feel any sort of sliding action going on, I'm bailing, which isn't good. It's so weird since I have no conventional skateboard experience, anything considerable at least. This just feels so awkward to me. But they do say that actually, you know, people have said, you know, electric skateboards are like snowboarding, and the one wheel's like snowboarding. Actually, from all the information I've seen, this is actually the most realistic thing when it comes to snowboarding, and I've never snowboarded, and it kind of shows, because I totally feel like a fish out of water here, guys. Oh, Jesus. Ay, ay, ay. All right, that's an all right mount. And I think part of the problem here is that, you know, this board is not in great shape, obviously. These wheels are old. You can see, I don't know how well you can see it on the camera. They're coned, and this is something that happens with this design of wheel. They will start to wear because this is what's used for turning, but it's only on the outside. So really what you're supposed to do once this happens is you're supposed to take the wheels off and reverse them. So this bigger diameter part of the wheel is on the outside. And that does a couple things. It gives you better control because you are not dipping so far into the truck to turn. So yeah, there's a lot of things that are going to make learning on this probably harder than if I had an actual new Summerboard. I figure if I could get basic control on this thing, moving to a new board would be pretty easy. So we'll see how that theory works out. I'm getting better at mounting, sort of. Watch. Oh yeah, smooth as butter. This thing sounds absolutely terrible. Whoa, it sounds like an old rusted jalopy. Sounds like it needs some oil or something, man. It squeaks and clatters and carries on. But that's not the point. So I rode around that corner and I probably went, I don't know, 100 yards without falling off. And my problem is I am so worried about falling that as soon as I feel anything that resembles instability, I'm off. And I'm gonna have a really tough time learning with that attitude. And I have to say, my initial gut reaction to this is F this. I am just not gonna be able to do this. But luckily, my experiences in the past, you know, because I pretty much felt that way when I first started to try to learn EUCs, and so a little bit with the one wheel. I know I can do it eventually. It's just a matter of how much time and energy I want to invest, and potentially money. Because that's the other thing is, you know, obviously this is going to be limited where you can ride it. You need a very smooth surface to be able to ride this, although there are people I see ride these off-road somewhat. They just came out with something called a Freshie wheel, which the two drive wheels are softer, bigger, and have little holes drilled into them, a bunch of little holes, so they actually like give you a crude version of suspension. But I should worry about just being able to do the basics, right? Shit. It seems like it's so easy for me to get too far over my toes. It's because I'm not bending my knees, I'm sure. I can't ride this like a no-skill zombie rider, you know, like I can with an EUC. Damn it. Whoa. That didn't go well. Okay, better. Damn it, there we go. Over the toes, over the side. I mean, I probably need to tighten the trucks, I would imagine, as well. And I'm hoping that reversing the wheels might help a little bit. All right, guys, I'm not gonna watch you or make you watch this torture. My goal is to try to just make one lap around here before I go. I might not have time to do it because I have limited time, but that's what I'm gonna try to do. And if I do, I'll let you know. Okay, didn't quite hit that goal. I came off 4 times trying to get around the loop. Whew. It's gonna be a process, guys. We'll have to see if I have the patience for it. I don't know. We'll see. The good news is, at this point, there's no financial penalty if I decide that, yeah, it's not for me, so we'll see. So if you found this video funny, please give a big thumbs up. Definitely not a how-to video, that's for sure. Some news that some people might be happy about. I actually did order and receive tonight my Insta1 360R camera, so there will be some 3D video coming to the channel, or 3D perspectives, you know, with a disappearing selfie stick and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'll be working on that next week or so. Don't forget about Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be doing a live stream with Ulf, former KingSong rep, one of the more knowledgeable technical EUC people that I know. So some people might want to check that out. And other than that, that's all I have for now. I guess trying to stay positive. I'm still walking, everything's still working. I didn't hurt myself too bad, didn't fall off, like really fall off. So I guess that's good, but we'll keep plugging away, at least for now. Until next time, Duffman out. I can always tell when I'm trying to learn a new skill with PEV. I sweat a lot more. I'm already sweating through my shirt. That doesn't happen when I ride EUCs or even the one wheel anymore. So, yep. Everybody loves a challenge, right?